What's up, guys? Welcome to the Brew Podcast, episode 4. And this is my guest, Mr. Boohit, bro. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having
Good.
me on this amazing podcast I've heard about.
Hey, no problem, bro. No problem. So, have you ever done like a podcast before, like a little mini interview podcast type
No,
stuff?
no, it's actually my first time.
First time? Okay, okay. So, this is a very serious podcast, so I have to ask you very serious questions.
I understand.
Pancakes or waffles?
Me personally, I like waffles better because you can add more. You can also add like add-ons in pancakes like chocolate chips and blueberries and stuff, but it doesn't hit as good as waffles.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I actually had waffles today, man. It was pretty good. It's like nice and soft, but it's kind of crunchy too a little bit.
Yes.
So, what
Like
was like your weirdest life experience, bro?
my weirdest life experience.
Made you like uncomfortable and you're like, oh, I mean, I don't really want to remember that. Like something like that.
I don't know off the top of my head, but maybe I don't know. Probably this one time I got lost as a kid and I couldn't find my parents. And then I started to cry. And then some nice people helped me out.
Mm, okay. Hey man, when you're a little kid, that's
Very scary
yeah,
because you don't know what's going to happen. And you also don't know much. So, yeah.
that's true. So, how everybody owns everybody owns like dogs, cats,
Mm.
birds. Would you
Yep.
own a baby lion for 3 months if I paid you 20K?
Yeah, I would do it for free. Like
You do it
that,
for
that's
free?
actually pretty cool. Having a baby lion, because if it grows, it's probably going to be a juvenile in 3 months. I don't know about lion growth or anything like that, but having a baby lion would be really cool.
Baby lion. I mean, that'd be crazy though. Like, it's probably could be very strong.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to actual questions that I've done. All right. So you're pretty big on sports and exercise. You hit the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you're pretty muscular in real life when I see you. So, do you think weightlifting can build a man's character like in a positive way, like
Yeah.
really shapes a man's character?
Yes, it does. Because it helps you with your mindset, helps you with your body. So if you think good about yourself, and you have to think good about the positivities in life. Because you work hard and you get your good results. But if you want to take all the shortcuts, like all these supplements and like steroids and all that stuff, it's really just fake, and you're showing off something that is going to collapse eventually.
That's very true. I agree. I think it does build a man's character though, because not only are you gonna build self confidence, you're also just gonna yeah. I mean, you're gonna have like that grinding mentality. Like I have to keep building, and that's something that's great for a person. So, what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is basketball.
Yeah, you play it a lot. I mean, well, you do play it, but do you also watch it a lot? I don't know.
I don't really watch it a lot because I'm no one to watch it with. I think it's weird that I watch it alone. But if I had to watch it with someone, it would be with my cousin. Um, his name is Jaden, and he loves basketball. He knows everything about it. He knows all the predictions, all who's gonna win, and all that kind of stuff.
All right, that's nice. Um, so about lifting weights, what do you enjoy most about it? Like when you're in the gym,
Mhm.
um, or when you're lifting weights, what is like the thing that really keeps you going? What's the thing that you're like, I want to keep on doing this every single day or about every single week? Like, what do you enjoy most about it?
Most for me, my motivation is so that people don't like look at me weird and say, "Oh, that guy looks fat. That guy looks tiny. I should make fun of that guy." It's for my betterment, my self defense, and so I can just go have an escape if I'm ever like being bullied or anything. I can just go like release all my stress onto the gym.
Yeah. And same thing. Like why is basketball your favorite sport? Like I mean, we all know it's very fun. I play basketball. It's not my favorite sport, but I mean, I like basketball a lot. What do you find like best about basketball? Like, what is the thing that man? I just love the sport, but why?
I think it's just all the teamwork and all the fun I can have with all my friends on who want to play with me. Like it's all the it helps with the team bonding, skills, sportsmanship, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. So now let's move on. So, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, um, I don't have a precise answer for that yet, but obviously I want to do something in the engineering field. I just don't
Mhm.
know what I want to do, like computer science or like building stuff, etc. I don't know. But if anything, like if that stuff doesn't work out for me, I'm gonna try to join one of the country's defenses, like the navy or the military.
That's good. That's good. I like that. So, what do you think is like the importance of starting a family, like as a man? Like what title does that give you as a man? Like, what's the importance of that of starting a family?
The importance of starting a family is the reproducing to keep the human population going, and it also gives you the title of a father, and it gives you very lasting memories that you will cherish for the rest of your life. Which it might not be the most case for everyone, but it should be, and everyone should have to get that title. Well, every man should get the title of a father because it's something that we're gonna have to do eventually in life. And if you don't do that, you're not really fulfilling your purpose on this planet, which is one of the many purposes you have on this planet to reproduce and keep the human population going and keep humanity alive.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think it's very important. I think being a father, having your own kid, girl, boy, I think it's like it doesn't matter, but I think it's amazing to have a kid. Like, and it must feel amazing to say that I'm the father to a kid. Like that must be amazing. Because when we're like 7 years old, when we're like very very little, we
Hmm.
look at our parents like heroes. And like imagine somebody having that feeling towards you. And I mean that must feel great. So what do you think is self purpose?
Self purpose?
Yeah.
Can you like define that more?
Like okay, if so, we're put on this planet for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think, if you can try to guess, what do you think like your purpose is for the world? Like, do you think you might you think you're gonna be like an influential person? You think you're gonna be like, if you had to guess, because I know we don't know for certainty, but like, do you think you'll be influential, um,
Purpose.
helping, like, what do you think?
Like for me, like I just said, I think it's one of my purposes is obviously to reproduce, and then for number two, I would think it's to help people, like help structure themselves, because I'm a very helpful person. I would think of myself. I'm very kind. I'm very nice, and always willing to help my friends and stuff like that. And then I also think I'm put on here to have explore and like help my family with all the things they need help with and help them find new things that they like, etc. like that.
Yeah, yeah, you are a kind person in real life. That's why you have like a good amount of friends too, because you're very like people don't want to be friends with like a very mean person. Like you're a nice person, so that attracts more people.
Mm.
That's a good thing. So, honestly, if I ask you like who are your favorite figures in your life, you'll probably say like your family members, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But who are your favorite like non-related figures? Like non-related figures, actually, like no friends, no family. Who is like somebody like a celebrity, just like an influencer that they look up to, and you're like, man, that guy must be like a really good guy, and like that.
I don't really have. I don't really have any. Actually, no. There's two. Um, their number one is The Rock because he's very strong and he's a very nice guy. He's also very funny and all that stuff. Number two is Mr. Beast because he's always having so much fun and giving people all this money that helps change their lives. And I really want to be like that when I grow up because I can help a lot of people and I could help change their lives. And maybe I could save someone's life, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock is The Rock is such an influential person. You know, he has such a good mentality, like such a great hardworking mentality. I mean, how old is he? He's like 50, 54, something. Well, he's in like in the 50s, and you don't see him take days off. He's still working hard. He's one of the hardest working people in the world, I think. And Mr. Beast, yeah, you know, he you see his videos. Sometimes he gives like 10,000 like $10,000 to like a homeless person, or he makes challenges to help with like some poor countries, or I think like growing trees. He just like something like that too.
Yeah, he does a lot of tree growing. Like every challenge or every subscriber or every 1,000 likes or something like that, he'll plant a tree and it'll help the world.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, do you believe in love at first sight?
It can vary, because some people aren't meant to do that. They're not built for that. I mean, it can happen, but it's not. I don't think it's the right way. Like maybe you see the person, and then maybe you should talk to them and see if they like you back and whatever. But if it doesn't work out, then no, I don't think it's true.
You don't think it's true? So, um, you don't think you can have that moment where like let's say you're somewhere like you're I don't not, I'm not gonna say school, but you're like in your little work building, or
Hmm?
you're just somewhere
Yeah.
like in public, and you see like a lady that's very pretty, or you know looks very nice, and you think first time you see her you're like that can be the one. Like I think that can be the one that I marry or start a family with her. You know, like that. You don't think that's very common?
It would be common for other people, but I wouldn't do it. Like I would, if either I would just go up and talk to her and say hello, how are you, and then either we have a good conversation or she like ignores me, or I would just keep it to myself and just keep shopping for whatever I need.
Yeah, yeah. Those are good reasons. I mean, you should get to know the person too.
Mm.
Getting to know the person is, you know, you're not gonna. They can be pretty, but if they're just like personality wise, they don't care about you.
Yeah,
They make you do everything, and they're not playing a part, like a good positive part in your life. You know, it's not gonna be healthy as a relationship.
yeah, and for all you know, they could be like a gold digger, they could be like an assassin, they could be whatever.
Yeah, true.
They could be a prostitute, a stripper, all that unfaithful stuff.
Yeah. So if you were rich,
Hmm.
how would you smartly spend that money? Like we're talking about 35 million, 40 million, like you know, around that range. Would yeah, answer that question first.
So like half a billion,
Yeah, like I would say like yeah, you know, I'll say like 100 mil.
100 mil. Okay. Obviously, I would start by giving like 20 mil to my parents. So now I'm at 80 mil. Then I would open a bank account and deposit about half the money. I would deposit 50 million in that bank account, and over the years, it'll start growing from the annual interest rate. So then I'd be set. And then with the rest of my 35 million, I would just find a nice house and, you know, get the house. So let's say I'm at like maybe like 20 million after all my spendings. And
Yeah.
then I would live life to how I want it to be. Like I would obviously go to school and stuff, but I would go there in my nice car and I'd have a lot of parties with my friends and I would take if I had a girlfriend, I would take her out like almost every week and go on vacations a lot, have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Um. So that's great. Um. So would you be willing to use, like, I'll say, this obviously you're not gonna, it's like it's not only 100 mil, like you can also invest and start growing that money back. But would you use some of that money to donate? Like, let's say I want to help build some hospitals there, like in in a country that cannot afford to build those hospitals, or help with water, like, like that.
Yeah. Me personally, I would donate maybe like 1 million if I have any left over, because that I people like if I needed a hospital and someone had the choice and they would pay for the hospital and then the hospital would be built and then my family member got better, obviously I would want to repay their favor, and
Hmm.
I think I would do the same.
Yeah, that's good. So if you can choose a way to die, what would it be? But you cannot say like in your sleep.
um I would choose like maybe like a maybe like a
Bullet.
bullet
That's
train.
that's what I was thinking about, like, for myself. But I mean, not a bullet that I know what's gonna shoot me. Like, if I have somebody pointing the gun at me and I'm like, oh no, 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 please, like, and I know I'm gonna die. That's gonna be like a little nervous, but I mean, I wouldn't mind just getting shot like out of nowhere. It's like, because I mean, I think it's just better just dying without really expecting it.
Yeah, because you don't feel as much pain.
Yeah.
And if
Mm.
you were to get shot through the brain, because the brain connects all the nerves and all the all the functions of the body. Like as soon as the brain dies, like you're dead. You don't feel anything. Like you don't see any more. You just see like darkness and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just dead on the spot. You can't really do anything.
Honestly, for people that are watching, like, if there's like in a public area and people are watching somebody getting shot, it's not lovely. But like for you, I mean, you're basically just shutting off. Like, it's already, you're here and then you're not. Like, and I think it's just easy to. It's better to die quick. I don't want to die like by getting freaking tortured. Like, I mean, definitely not. But if I can say sleep, then I would say I would die in sleep. But that's like everybody's choice.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's important to have religious beliefs? Like, oh
Um,
wait,
uh,
I'll say it again. Do you think religious beliefs are like super important, and do you think it can like shape who you are?
yeah, that is a very complicated topic because religion is something people there are people who don't have any religions. They some people who just like don't care about it. They're atheists, and there's people who are really strictly religious, and then there's people who are like in the middle. That they're religious, but they're not like the strict people like that.
Hmm.
So the atheists obviously just do whatever they want, and the super strict people like like take for example take Kishov for example. um he's he's very religious. Like his parents are the owners, well, not the owners, they're like the priest of our church, right?
Hmm.
Because he's a Hindu and I used to be Hindu when I was, well, I am a Hindu but not fully. I'm starting to look at Christianity. I'm starting to get more into it because my parents have been taking me to church more often, and because I was never really religiously strict when I was a kid, I'm starting to do it now. They're starting to pull me into it now. Out of all times, I don't know why, but for religiously strict people like Kishov, he's like ever since he was born, he's been following all the religious rules, like don't eat no meat, like don't no beef, no meat at all. He's been a vegetarian for his whole life, and I don't think he plans on ever eating any type of meat. Like he can't, like let's say a restaurant, right? Like Samurai,
Hmm.
and someone orders beef. They have to make his food first before they make the beef because that's how strict it is on himself. And then For example, the semi strict people like myself. Um,
Hmm.
I used to. Well, it's kind of a complicated topic because um, when I was a kid, I was both Christian and Hindu, but I didn't know any of that stuff. So I wasn't held to any rules like him. I was able to eat whatever I wanted. I was able to do whatever I want religiously. But now, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to go more with the Christianity, and I'm starting to get more into it. But I'm still not held to any like rules like lenting and all those fasting things and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that about Keyshaw. I mean, it's strict. That sounds very strict, and like you said, it is. It is strict. So I'm semi-strict. I mean, I'm pretty big on religion, but I mean, me personally, I'm a Christian. So with Christian, there isn't like that much there isn't like that much like restrictions. I mean, that's what I think. That's what I think. Um, I mean, there's some days where you can't eat like a certain type of food, but that's fine. That's fine. Um, and in your opinion,
Yeah.
like just taking away the general population from it, would you, well, if you have kids, would you put religion into your life?
Mm, well, it depends on what my significant other would want because I personally, I would try to give them. I would try to give them what I had, like so they don't have to be so strict and they can eat whatever they want because they're kids. You have to give them what they want, and because they're early in life, you don't want them to bear any hatred or anything like that. But if my significant other would want to influence or imply something onto them at such a young age, I would let them because that's not a bad choice either. They grow up disciplined and they know what they can and cannot eat and all that kind of stuff. They know what's good for them and bad for them and all that stuff like that.
Yeah. Um, me personally, I would put religion into her life, but it wouldn't be like you said, it wouldn't be strict. Like, I mean, I want them to have some freedom too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would encourage, like going to church, like of course, but not. It wouldn't be something that every single like 3 days we go to church. Like it's maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Keep that in their lives. I mean, I think it's great having a religion, but some people obviously are different. We're not all the same religion,
Yeah.
and people have different beliefs. So, but yeah, it's nice. So, do you believe in that mindset of like no days off, like 356 days a year? You're grinding. There's no day where you can just chill. You're grinding every single day. Do you believe in that, or do you believe in
Well,
like mental rest days?
mental rest. Yeah, obviously you're gonna need some mental rest days because let's just say you went through like a breakup or like a family member just died. I would, I personally would take like a couple of weeks off so my brain and my heart and my body could rest because it's a very hard thing for you to go through. It's very it could also affect not only you. It's gonna affect your family, your friends, the people that was connected to that person, and it's gonna affect them as well. So like obviously on not only me myself, I'm going to be taking the rest of the day, but other people will too. I would think.
Yeah. Oh, I think no days off. Like obviously, you're not gonna live forever. So I mean, I think and when you're old and you're in your final days of living, I think it's nice to look back and look at all that grinding and it paid off. I mean, obviously, if you keep on grinding, you're gonna get somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously, I can see where people say no days off because they want to secure a spot and what they want. But I do believe in some days off too, though, because you know if you're like really hurt like one day, if you bounce back like the next day and go harder and harder, like there's gonna be a day where you're just gonna give out. Like I mean, we're not robots. You're gonna give out one day, and yeah, I believe in rest a little bit and then come back strong. That's what I believe.
Mhm.
And now let's talk about. We're almost done. We're almost done. Don't worry. Um, let's talk about the. Can you tell me like what do you think about the importance of of mental health for productivity? Like it's actually almost about like the last question, but can you go like a little bit in your opinion on why mental health is super important to be productive?
I think it's very important to keep your mental health good, to be proactive, because if you keep a mindset or you keep something in your head that's very negative and it affects your work status, like obviously you're either not gonna get there, or you're not gonna be as efficient with your result and whatever, like stuff like that, right? So obviously you're gonna want to keep a good mindset and keep a good mental health because you want to get the best result, right?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, mental health is super important. Like in our school, they make us watch mental health videos,
Yeah,
and and either way, like I know like many people don't really watch them, like don't really like they're on locked in on that on the videos. Me neither, to be honest, but
yeah, me neither. I
I
just
I, I I do recognize that it's super important though,
Yeah.
because if you don't have a strong if you're like if your mental health isn't strong or isn't in the right place, it's gonna be very difficult for you to just be complete.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's why I believe
Mhm.
super important. And now let's get on like a lighter subject because we were talking about a lot about grinding and like dying and stuff like that. So let's get into what are like your favorite movies?
I personally, I don't really have any. Well, actually, I do have a favorite. My favorite movie is in the Jurassic World franchise. Like, if I had to choose one of the six out right now, I would choose Jurassic World Dominion, because
Mm,
it's
okay.
the one that has the best graphics and it has a good storyline to that movie. But I'm also very anxious for the new movie to come out, because I've been really looking forward to it. As a kid, I've always watched Jurassic World, and I've always revisited it. Like anytime a Jurassic World thing would come out on Netflix or anything like that, I would always make sure to go watch it, because it would help me better understand the story better. You know,
Yeah. So it's called Jurassic World Minion.
Dominion.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's good to know.
Mm.
So you're not really like a movie watcher. Are you like a show watcher?
Yeah.
You don't okay. So like what's your favorite show? Because you watch more of shows.
My favorite show, probably Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, because
Mm.
it's something you have to. It's about the food we eat and the food around that people serve in this world, and the food that some unknowing people will eat, and it's actually really bad for you. So Gordon actually comes in to set it straight and discipline the chefs and all those workers, that they have to do it correct, and they have to feed their customers good food, or else they'll end up going to a hospital, which actually happened in one of the episodes I watched recently. This guy, he ate um, expired lobster, and he had to be sent to the hospital. And
Mm.
it took a huge toll on the restaurant, so they had to close down for like a couple months, I'm pretty sure.
Um. Now, do you think do you think it's scripted? Like, you think that show is scripted or?
Me personally, I don't think so, because they have cameras before the show even starts. They have cameras set up all around the restaurant to see what's going on before Gordon Ramsay gets there. You know, so
Mm.
so obviously it's a preview of what Gordon Ramsay's gonna get into before he starts the food and going back in the kitchen and checking everything out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's good. I never really hear people like mention what's it Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kitchen Nightmares. Yeah. I don't really see anybody like really mentioning that. But that's good. It's pretty popular sometimes. Like I see YouTube clips of it like have millions of views. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Um, so we're okay. What's your favorite music genre? Favorite type
Um,
of music?
I would give it to rap or like R&B or hip hop. One of those three.
Do you have like a artist that's my
Um,
guy?
I have multiple people such as like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Don Toliver. Um, who else? Uh, yeah, people like that.
Mm, okay. So you play on PS5, right?
I play
PlayStation.
PS5. I play on Nintendo Switch. Like I have almost every console there is. I have a PC. I have a PS5. I have Nintendo Switch. I mean, I had a Wii U, but it broke, so we don't. I don't use it no more. But I used to play on it.
So if you can pull a game, like just a game out of like the PC, PS5,
Yeah.
all the games you played, you can pick one game. What's that one game? What's your favorite game?
Oh my.
Favorite game you played so far?
Um, Probably Minecraft. Because
Minecraft.
because the only reason I chose Minecraft is because Minecraft has not changed its story, like the story mode or whatever.
Mhm.
It has not changed since it released. The only thing that's changed is like new blocks, new movement mechanics, new new characters, new mobs, etc. But
Mhm.
I chose Minecraft because it's also a very relaxing and peaceful game that you can play with your friends. And it's not too competitive unless you make it competitive, you know. But
Yeah.
things like Fortnite is always changing, which kind of ruins the game. Like Fortnite was super good back then, like chapter 2 season 2. That was the best Fortnite to me because it had so much like players, everyone was so excited to play it and, you know, um it had so much hype back then and that was something the hype would live up to. It was very good to play. But now Fortnite is just I don't even know what Fortnite's doing right now because
Me
I've
either.
I haven't touched that game in about a year and a half now. So I don't know what's
No.
going
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like you keep on talking if you want.
on. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, because Fortnite, like, if I ever get on Fortnite, it's just like just because like a one game session, and I look, you just delete it again.
Mhm.
Like it's nothing. It's not consistent. Minecraft, yeah, Minecraft is no matter the hype it's gotten, the popularity it's gotten, it's always gonna stick with the same base. I mean, I have never been into like super into Minecraft, but I know it's just one of those peaceful games that like no matter the time, like no matter the time, day, the age, you can always get on the game and just have some fun or
Yeah,
just really, but it's relaxful too. Um, Relaxful and I can have action, whatever you want. Minecraft's there. Speaking of Minecraft, there's a movie coming out next Friday, next Thursday actually. It's coming out next Thursday.
really?
Are you going to watch the Minecraft movie?
I will most definitely be watching that Minecraft.
'Cause I'm watching it the first day it comes out.
I'm probably gonna watch it the weekend it comes out with my two best friends or my best friend and another good friend of mine that I grew up with. I don't see him as much often. I've been looking for him, but he goes to our school. But like he's very like how do you say like he he blends in so well that you don't notice him.
Well, look, if you want, you can say his name and I can just like beep it out.
I don't want to put him out there because I don't know if it's okay with him. But
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. That's good. And last question: what's your favorite color?
my favorite color is purple.
Purple.
Yeah,
That's unique. That's pretty good. Purple's a nice color. Me personally, I'm like a dark blue guy, to be honest. Okay, well, that's it for the little podcast. Hopefully you liked it. Thank you guys for watching the episode 4. Thank you to Boohit for being here. Boohit, the guest, the great guest.
I'm so glad I was able to come on this podcast and share my opinions and beliefs with everyone who's going to be watching, and you yourself, Anthony. Thank you very much for this experience.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Everybody, you can make sure to check out this podcast on YouTube, on the Mario Brew channel, like my name is right here, Mario Brew, or on Spotify at the Brew Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, guys.